Hey guys, I'm Matt from Model Flight, and today we're here to look at the new Blade 200QX. Okay, so here we have the 200QX in the box. We're looking at a bind and fly, so no transmitter, but you will receive obviously the 200QX pre-assembled, ready to go, charger, power supply, and you'll see the undercarriage in the bottom of the box there. So here we are out of the box. As you can see, it's essentially just a really tiny 350QX. So very similar in design, the same sort of shape in the chassis. And it's also running a transparent chassis, so you can see the LEDs shining through the front, so it'd be good for night flying and things like that. And the motors, they're running little outrunners. They're a 3000 kV motor, so obviously 4 of those, 2 left and 2 right hand motors. And they're built into the integrated board, which we'll show you in a second. And this quadcopter can be used with any of the Spectrum transmitters, so DSM-2, DSM-X. So underneath the 200QX, you'll see a battery hatch, so this is removable to obviously put the battery in. And you'll see these things that look like a servo output at the front. And what that's designed for is that's designed to accommodate a camera, which will also be available as an optional extra. And that bolts onto the bottom of here, plugs in, and you can operate the camera from the transmitter standing on the ground. So if we take the battery box off, the hatch, you can see inside the 200QX, runs a JST connector. This particular model will run a 2S 800mAh battery. I'll show you that in a second. And as you can see in the bottom, you can see the board. This is an integrated board, so it's got the speed controllers and all the technology built into it. The 3-axis gyros, they're all on that, and the receiver, of course. This particular model runs what they call safe technology. It doesn't have a GPS like the 350QX, so it won't have return to home or any holding ability, but it is self-stabilizing and runs 3 flight modes. So you've got 2 stability modes, one with a limited angle of bank, so it will only allow it to bank a certain distance, one with a little bit more, and then a full agility, which will allow you to do aerobatics and things like that. So I'll show you how the battery goes in. So again, the battery, LiPo 2S 800mAh, that simply fits into the bottom of the 200QX. You tuck the wires in neatly at the back there, and then the JST would be plugged in when we're using it, and that'll fit in there. And to keep it all neat and tidy, the hatch goes over the back of that. We're going to run outside and take the 200QX for a bit of a spin to see how it goes. So let's see how it performs. So I don't know if you can see, but we've got a green light, so that only allows me to bank it a certain amount in all directions, so limited bank. And then we go to the next mode, which is blue. Gives me a little bit more control, but still keeping it relatively stable. And if we go into agility mode, full control. And you can do aerobatics in this mode and everything. So it's a full flight envelope. But if this were night time, you'd also be able to see the LEDs quite well in the dark. So there you go guys, bit of a flight with the 200QX. We just used a DX7S transmitter, bound it up, set it up, works really well. The 3 flight modes, so you've got your stability modes with limited, I suppose, bank angles. And then you've got your full agility mode, which is pretty crazy and it's really quick. If you guys would like more information on the 200QX, please click the link here. For our original video on our 350QX, please click up here. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.